isn't really like, giving me the space that I need to film these videos. And as much as I love filming these and have so many ideas of what to film, it is just hard to find the right space and time where there's nobody talking or walking around in my house and being loud. So I apologize for being so late, but I have listened to you guys and I am going to be taking your guys' recommendation, of course. I appreciate all your guys' feedback, especially the positive ones. And I also want to bring awareness that we are halfway to 100 subscribers. So I appreciate you guys for supporting me. I appreciate all 50 of you. I am so happy and beyond proud of how far we've already came. As someone who has always been wanting to start her own channel, this is honestly such a big milestone for me. So thank you guys. Wouldn't have been possible without you guys. Before I get started, I will say, if you would like to see more of me or more videos of mine in general, please like, comment, and subscribe, so you can see more of me and all the crazy content that I have planned. Especially if you are a book lover like myself and love certain channels like Reilly. I always talk about her with my mom and my sister because my mom loves watching her too, and my sister. Or if you like Jaden's ASMR, oh my god, I love her videos. And I also watch a couple other artists, but those are my main two because they talk about books, whether that's romance. I believe they talk about philosophy sometimes. They talk about true events, as in, it's fictionally written, but based off of true events that have happened. So those are very interesting to listen to, even though I won't read them. I love to learn new things. So if you are interested in things like that, stay along for my journey or go to their channels. I love them and would love to see them grow further. And another thing that I did want to state before I began with this video is if you guys would be not willing but encouraging towards a vlog channel, because there's so many things that I would love to vlog that aren't essentially ASMR appropriate, because it's not really quiet with these things. But I would love to do a day in my life vlog. If you guys are interested, please let me know, or just like the video and show some positive feedback so that I know you would be interested. Thank you so much. Let's get into the video today. Okay, so sorry, my cheek made a noise. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is my April TBR. Which, for clarification, if you don't know what TBR means, it just means or stands for to be read. So these are the books that I plan to read in the month of April, and I know we are in the second week already, but I feel like once you get in the flow of reading, you kind of forget time, and so everything just goes by so quickly. So the books that I plan to read are only three books, but in the list total I have 5, just in case I do get through one book quicker than the others, because they are pretty short in my opinion compared to the many books I have read over time. So without further ado, let's get started with the first book. So I have my pile right here, and let me adjust this really quick. And the first book I have is Twisted Kingdom by Miss Rina Kent. Twisted Kingdom. really a necessary read after the first two because it continues on with the same characters. Which I believe this is their last book, if I'm not mistaken. This book, it has about 293 pages. I think that's including the epilogue. And I'm sorry if I mispronounce certain words, I apologize. If you are a reader as well, or enjoy reading books in your free time, comment down below what your favorite books are and who's your favorite author. So this is one of the smaller books of today's pile and TBR. So yes, this is a dark romance. I believe it's like a college romance still, because they are 18 at a royally elite university. And I'm just gonna read you the blurb in the back because it's very short, just to give you a little insight on what this book is looking like. But I will let you know that this is the third one again, so it is kind of giving you a brief intel of this while also informing you of the relationship that has already been created throughout the first and second book. So without further ado, the kingdom isn't supposed to fall. The truth screws you over before it sets you free. Masks drop, secrets unravel. Elsa's race after the past blinds her from the present. I'll fight for her. I'll bring her back. I'll protect her even if it's the last thing I do. We made a promise. She's mine. Are you ready for one final game, sweetheart? So this is the final book in the series for them, but I do know it continues on to the rest of the friends. So I'm super excited. If you have read this, please let me know if you liked it down in the comments below, or if you read anything by Rina Kent, let me know your opinion of her. I know everybody's opinion is different on everybody and everything, so I'm open to hear everybody's opinions on things. So the next book that I have already started. So that's why it is in my top 3 of must finish this month. It is Rook and Rebel. Rook and Rebel. It is a romance novel by Kate Crew. This one actually was a random pick that I selected at Barnes & Noble's one day. I was just browsing and then I read the back of the book and it drew me in because I love things with like anticipation and kind of like a question mark always being there, if you know what I mean. So this is gonna be another read of mine for this month that I hope I can finish, because as someone who is dealing with a lot of different stressors right now, which I am obviously going to be talking about in probably another video, updating you guys on life and just rambling while messing with some triggering things like squishies and stuff like that. I love making trigger noises with my Nidos and little buddy slimes that I've gotten over the years. So if you would love to see that, stay tuned, because that would be the next, or one of the next videos that I have planned. So yeah, so this book has about 400 pages, so it is a bit thicker, but I feel like it's still small and reasonable to finish within like a month. Nonetheless, I do have high hopes to at least finish 2 books this month, and I'm making Rook and Rebel and the next book that I'm going to show you guys my priority. I'm going to read you a little bit of the back because this is a little longer. This is a dark revenge romance with tattooed bikers, hilarious banter, high speeds, and high heat, which I have already gotten a glimpse of both the characters, and I've only reached chapter 5, so, which I think that's about 7% into the book, but so far it's kind of entertaining. It's a little bit like the writing format seems like carefree, like not strict as if I were to be talking in a way. And I don't really talk in a formal way. I talk formal, but also still like have that carefree spirit to me. You'll see as we grow. There is an electrifying suspense, perfect banter, and scorching chemistry. Atla Hensley, a U.S. Today best-selling author, commented, I guess. So the girl's name is Regan, or Regan. I never know how to pronounce this name, but Regan Fletcher. And then she used to have big dreams, finish college, make beautiful art, all while taking over her father's business. He wanted a legacy, and I wanted to give it to him, but his illness wasn't part of the plan. Neither was his need to keep me locked up in our mansion, safe and isolated. I want more from life, but could only spend my days waiting, until one night I came face to face with a street beggar from a world far different from mine. What starts as him stalking me quickly spirals into something deeper. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish it off there. I'm not gonna go too far because I'm gonna read you Rook's. Revenge has been my driving force for as long as I can remember. Cameron Fletcher, which is Regan Fletcher's father, stole everything from me, and I've spent years plotting the perfect way to take it all back. When fate puts his daughter in my sights, I know I found the key to his destruction, but from the moment I meet her, my plans begin to unravel. Regan is everything I didn't expect, and I can't help but be drawn to her. What starts as a twisted game of vengeance turns into an obsession. I need her, but I also need to destroy her father. The lines between love and vengeance blur, and I'm not sure where one ends and the other begins. So, yeah. So I've already started this, so I can't wait to come back with feedback on it or my overall review. And I saw you guys had thumbs up or actually clicked on the poll that I had posted about reading my 5-star reads. I think worst reviews is how I stated it. And I cannot wait to do that. I am selecting the books that I have rated 5 stars and selecting specific comments. So if you would like to see that, thumbs up this video. Okay, so that's the second book. Moving on, the third book is Play Along, which this is a book in the Winded series, or Winded City series, by Liz Tomforde. I love the cover. I actually asked this to be gifted to me by my sister, my older sister, for Valentine's Day, I think, because she asked me if there's a book I wanted, and I have been desperately trying to get my hands on the original cover of Play Along. Ow. Sorry. So yeah. Luckily, they still have some prints on Amazon, so I think that's where she got it from. But there are about, there are about 370 pages. And my sister has actually read this book, and she's told me so much about it. And that is honestly what made me want to read this and become very intrigued in it. Like, just from the start of what she was explaining, it was just so good. And it's the perfect amount of, like, banter and flirtiness that I enjoy in reading. So far, I have, like I said, already started it. I will say it is already giving exactly what I expected and exactly what I needed from a sports romance. So for sexist lead doctor. I'm desperate to land my dream job with a new team next year. All I have to do to maintain my professional reputation for my final season in Chicago. That's all she has to do. But as Las Vegas run-in with, oh my god, can I not read? I swear, I always butcher when I'm being recorded and having to read a simple sentence. But a Las Vegas run-in with the team's shortstop threatens it all, leaving me with a fuzzy memory and a ring on my left hand. Now, not only am I legally bound to the most persistent man I've ever met, but thanks to Isaiah's scheme to save my job, I have to pretend the whole thing was planned, elopement, and not a drunken mistake. Isaiah Rhodes is reckless, impulsive, and frustratingly charming. He's also my brand new husband. They got the saying wrong. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Sometimes it follows you right back home. And now for Isaiah, as the shortstop from Chicago's professional baseball team, I've had my fair share of fun, but all that ended the day Kennedy K became a single woman. I've crushed on the team's athletic trainer, For years, I've flirted to no avail, so imagine my surprise when I woke up in Sin City with a ring on my finger and my favorite redhead in my bed. We agreed to stay married for one baseball season, just long enough to keep her job safe, but in my mind, I'm using our time together to prove to her I'm husband material. Kennedy might be reluctant to join in on our game, but it's one I refuse to lose. So come on, wife, play along. Mind you, that's the title, and I love when they reference the title in the book or in the blurbs. It's so cute. So if you are looking for a new sports romance read, I recommend you reading Play Along with Me, because I already feel it's going to be a good read and probably a 5-star of the 2026 challenge that I have set up for myself on Goodreads. Okay, moving on to the next book, which I am going to make clear that these are not books that I have set in stone to complete during the month of April, but if I complete one of the top 3 that I have already showed you, then I will try and fit in this book. If not, it will be prolonged and dragged on into the month of May. The next book I have is Play With Me. It is another sports romance. As you can tell by the hockey sticks up here, it is a hockey romance book. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the second book in this series, and I do have the first one, but my lovely sister, actually recommended that I started with the second one because she preferred it over the first one. And I suppose they can be read as a standalone, so that is what I plan to do. I got these covers because I just loved how simple, and I'm just very big on simplicity, especially if I take this book out in public and read it in the eye of others, I want to keep it as lucrative as possible. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into this one, as I'm not sure if I am even going to read it, but I will give you a little glimpse into it. She is the main male character. His name is Garrett, Captain's younger sister. The role is to stay away from her and not try and get into anything with her. I'm pretty sure it goes for the whole team, considering their captain is her brother. But Garrett couldn't seem to help to stay away. And as a professional hockey player, you obviously have that reputation of having puck bunnies. It's very common in books like this, but my sister said this one played that role very good, as if like he wasn't interested in them, but he knew from the start that he couldn't be with Jenny. And I believe this is the sister of the first male character. I'll read you the bottom to give a glimpse, I guess. When they become neighbors, Jenny and Garrett resolve to keep their distance from each other, but after several embarrassing run-ins, the connection finish it off, and then I regret that because then I took forever to complete it. But then once I complete it, I then regret it because I'm like, now it will never be the same as the first time you read it. You understand? I don't know. I don't know why I'm like that, but it's a bad habit. I'm trying to get out of it, but it's easier said than done. So yeah, for this, I think I've gotten into this book was chapter 7, but even then, so much has happened, and you're already able to see a deep connection between the characters. So yes, this is another main one that I would love to complete. I'm gonna read the back just because this is the last one, so why not? Savio Falcon has a few non-negotiable rules when it comes to girls. They need to be hot as fuck, spread their legs without much prompting, okay, and leave as soon as the fun is over, preferably minus any bitching or tears. Oh, I think I remember the fact that I was hella irritated with the main male character's like personality at first, but when it came to this girl, he managed to shift them in the span of like chapter 4 or something. With his easygoing bad boy attitude, a last name that rolls over Las Vegas, and a body to die for, girls have always been at Savio's disposal. Unfortunately, the hottest girl in Vegas comes with a price Savio isn't willing to pay for. For Savio to get Gemma, he needs to seal the deal and put a ring on her finger. Settling down is out of the question, no matter how hot a piece of ass waits at the altar. Gemma Bozzoli has had a crush on Savio from the first moment she came face to face with his arrogant smile, but for him, she was always his best friend's annoying little sister, till her hard-earned curves catches attention. But Savio likes it easy, and Gemma is anything but. When she's promised to another man, Gemma resigns herself to the fact that the man she's wanted all her life doesn't want her badly enough. Savio has to decide how much work he's willing to invest, because bending the rules in his usual style might not be enough to get the girl that haunts his wet dreams. So it seems a little bit sexual, but I promise you, just from the beginning it wasn't. It was more of the fact that he was a little bit older, but he was her brother's best friend, and the brother of hers was very like protective of her and didn't see Savio as a good guy for her, which is understandable coming from an older brother. But I did hear a lot of good and bad about all of these books, and I cannot wait to see and give my opinion on it, because I believe your own personal take is very important, even if there has already been opinion. Anyways, yes, I believe all these books are kind of set in the same area, Las Vegas it seems like, or around a certain sports romance, which I actually love, so this is the vibe that I'm going for this month. All good things must come to an end, and this is where today's video ends, so I appreciate you guys so much for